Thus they poured forth their threats. "Give us leave, Caesar, to depart from the madness of civil war. You search over land and sea for swords to pierce our hearts, and you are ready to spill our worthless lives by the hand of any foe. Some of us were snatched from you by Gaul, others by the hard campaigns in Spain, others lie in Italy. Over all the world you are victorious, and your soldiers die. What boots it to have to shed our blood in northern lands where we conquered the Rhone and the Rhine? As a reward for so many campaigns, you have given me civil war. When we drove forth the Senate and captured our native city, what men or what gods did you suffer us to rob? As we go on to every crime, though our hands and swords are guilty, our poverty absolves us. What limit of warfare do you seek? What will satisfy you if Rome is not enough? Consider at last our grey hairs. Behold our enfeebled hands and wasted arms. We have lost the enjoyment of life. We have spent all our days in fighting. Now that we are old, disband us to die. See how extravagant are our demands. Save us from laying our dying limbs on the hard rampart of the camp, from breathing out our last breath against the bars of the helmet, and from looking in vain for a hand to close our dying eyes. And suffer us to sink into the arms of a weeping wife, and to know that the pyre stands ready for one corpse alone. Besides, our valor is wasted, since the judge of merit is ungrateful. All our achievements are called good luck. Let Caesar learn that we are his destiny, though he hope for entire compliance from the gods. Yet the anger of his soldiers will bring peace." Thus they spoke, and began to run to and fro about the camp, and to demand their general, with fury in their faces. So be it, ye gods. Since duty and loyalty are no more, and our only remaining hope is in wickedness, let mutiny make an end of civil war. He took his stand on a mound of turf piled high. His countenance was undismayed, and his own fearlessness justly inspired fear in others. Anger prompted the words he spoke. "Soldiers who lately raged against an absent man, with fury in your faces and gestures, here is my breast bare and ready for your stabs. Plant here your swords and fly if you wish to end the war. That you have no stomach for fighting is revealed, for your mutiny ends in words. You are warriors whose only purpose is flight. Your leaders' victories have known no check, and yet you have had enough. Begone. Leave me to my own fortune to carry on war. These swords will find hands to hold them. And when I have discarded you, fortune will give me in exchange a brave man for every unused weapon. If Pompey in flight is followed by a mighty fleet, and the peoples of Italy, shall not victory give me a host, merely to carry off the prizes of a war already decided, to snatch the reward of your hardships, and to walk unwounded by my laureled car, while you, a despised mob, old men drained of blood, sunk to be the rabble of Rome, will watch us triumph? Think you that Caesar's career can feel the loss of your desertion? Begone from the camp and surrender my standards to men, ye cowards and civilians. Those few at whose instigation this madness broke out are detained here not by their general, but by their punishment. Down with you upon the ground, and stretch out for the axe your traitorous heads and necks. And you, raw recruits, who alone will form the backbone of the army in future, watch their execution, and learn how to slay and to be slain." The spiritless mob cowered before his fierce and menacing words, and the great army feared a single man whom they could have stripped of his command, as if he could control their very swords. Caesar himself dreaded that weapons and hands would be refused him for the performance of this crime. But they put up with more than their cruel commander thought possible, and provided not only executioners, but the victims also. Between hearts inured to crime, there is no stronger bond than inflicting and enduring death. Order was restored by the conclusion of this dreadful pact, and the men returned to their duty.